Hey everyone, let's do the Rinoa Angelo review. I know I'm a bit late. I tried to get well first. I'm still not fully recovered. Probably gonna take a while, but I'm feeling a lot better by now. At least, even though I may not sound super healthy, I guarantee you guys, I feel well. It's just that my voice still feels or sounds like blah. I'm still coughing a lot, but other than that, I'm feeling well. Anyway, while we're at it, please someone explain in the comments why her boobs got bigger, but without further ado, let's start the review. It's gonna be a short one regardless. There isn't much to talk about. Rinoa Angelo, disappointing unit. So, base form, tag LB chainer, has Meteor, level 5, which ironically is worse than the Brave Shift Meteor, which we'll see in a minute. Brave Shift, she's a Tornado Chainer, or for the time being, an Apocalypse Finisher, because a Tornado Chain misses one of the crucial pieces from, I believe, from someone's STMR, I think Barbarisha's STMR, increases tornado damage. So she's missing that, meaning she isn't that good as a tornado chainer right now as she's supposed to be. And the ability I featured here is, what's it called? I can fight if I'm in. I can't read today. I can fight if I'm with you, which you also have this form, just the standard. It's a good groundless to single use 300%. It's just 30% dark stuff, which is fine by me, honestly. She's not a premium unit, so 30% is okay to some degree. We've got better for global though. The abilities, there isn't really much to talk about. Like I mentioned, there is Meteor, Angel Wing, higher modifier 200x, but this one's dark magic damage. The asterisk probably, or most likely, means that it is imbuable, as it is physically typed, so that's something, I guess. She has magic, so the shtick with her is the magic stuff, Quake, Tornado. Mainly, there's also Apocalypse, which isn't included here, because it shouldn't be your priority, but yeah. Tornado, 135 in peril, Quake, 135 in peril as well for Earth and Wind. The two of them respectively. 120 base for both Tornado and Quake, and both can get amped up significantly. The real deal about her is though when you have Diabolos on her, because then she gains a 30% enemy side only field in peril. 30% to dark, mind you, which is really cool. And the best thing about this, it's unlocked at level 101 in base form. So all you need is basically EX plus 0. A single copy is enough, which is why I was so happy to get a single copy of hers along the way to pity my Knights of Grandchild. The passives, she has lots of killers, as you can see. Mainly beasts, dragons, humans, avians. Avian being her best innate one at 200%, human following at 150, and dragons and beasts at 100%. So not too shabby, but a far cry from the breaker meta, who all have 100% to all. The LBs, base form, like I mentioned, is a tag chain LB, magic asterisk, meaning fully physical, or physically typed, meaning you can imbue her with whatever. On the other hand, it's just a 150x, it's still magic, there's no magic variance, meaning this will deal less damage than your Near Vision Cloud from 2 years ago. At least it's quoting strike frames, right? The Brave Shift Limit Burst is a 400% magic increase. It increases modifiers by 175x to Tornado, Quake, Aroga, and Apocalypse. It also does a storing mechanic. It instantly stores 300 magic, which is nice, while reducing SPR by 25%, which nobody cares about anyway. So that's decent, but she still doesn't deal much damage. The TMR STMR Vision card. The TMR, let's start with that from left to right, it's Final Fantasy VIII units only. And she is the only one as a magic DPS, meaning she's the only one to benefit from the 500 static magic. But every other FF8 unit gets the 50% Omnikiller, meaning all races. It's physical and magical, if I'm not totally mistaken. The Super Thrustmaster is a one-handed throwing weapon, 1.05 to 1.25x variance, 237 magic, which is the highest throwing weapon for mages. So that's something, I guess. It's especially good for Tiana and... I'm drawing blanks. What's her name? Ibarra, probably. So, yeah, not too shabby, I guess. 75 Bird Killer, Physical Magical, 75 Insect Killer, so the rare types, which is very cool. And she herself, or Rinoa herself, gets another 500 Static Magic. The Vision card is your standard trash tier numbered non-premium card. 100 magic, 50 magic percent at... Oh, I forgot to adjust from Knights of Grandsheld. So it's level 4, 7, and 10. Sorry for that mistake. So at level 4, the wearer gets 50% magic. At level 7, it's 25 LB damage. And at level 10, it's 500 static magic. I can't believe I missed it. I skimmed through this 5 times. And the 500 magic or static magic only applies to Fantasy 8 units. So as a whole, the TMR as a whole let down for non-FF8 units. The STMR, should 100 weapons ever be good, is great, but the Vision card is a typical trash card. Let's check out the damage stuff. Spoilers, nothing too fancy. This is the build I opted for, double STMR first, her own Vision card. I probably should have tested with, what's his name? Dark Rain's Vision card, I forgot about that. Probably a better choice, but trust me, it won't matter much in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, that's the stuff. She has 200 aquatic, and what else did I build her for? Demon, right. 250 demon, 200 aquatic. Yeah, and this is the result. Now, one thing to keep in mind here, I did not include her storing mechanic in this. That's just a whole headache to calculate. I wasn't feeling up to it, and if you see the difference between her and the next unit, Avalanche's Tifa, even if you include the very first cast of Tornado being increased in damage by a little bit, she will never reach Avalanche's Tifa's value. So yeah, we can safely say, no matter what you do, Rinoa will never ever be good in any case. She is bad, and yeah. I also feel like I did something wrong with Weltall ID. I just realized something doesn't add up with the calc. I'll fix it on my end when I finish this video. But anyway, Rinoa is just 0.9% of Dark Rain's damage. Chaining Tornado, if you've ever tried it, is the greatest headache you will come across. And she doesn't really do anything particularly well other than setting the Dark Imperil field. So she isn't good by any means. She's better than Nicole and Sakura for sure, but that doesn't mean much these days. But for trials, for that one trial 6 months from now where you need dark damage, yeah, she'll be okay, she'll be nice. Because if they just blatantly copy the trials from JP, we're gonna need Imperil fields, we're gonna need super high Imperils regardless. That's where Rinoa is going to shine once and then never be seen again. So yeah, the verdict. She's a 3 out of 10. She doesn't do anything really well. And I probably could have given her 1 out of 10, but this would have been very unfair. Because there are still a few good things about her, like the 135 Wind and Earth Imperil. And I also forgot the GS Imperil. There is no GS Imperil on this, so please excuse me for that mistake. There is no Greatsword Imperil. But there is a Darkfield Imperil at EX +0, which is nice. She has no weapon in peril. That's correct. I wish she had a throwing in peril. That would have been cool. Tornado is the worst chain to build. There's virtually no difference between her base and brave shift in terms of kit, which is why I deducted another point. That is one-dimensional kit design. It usually only applies to SLB units. I made an exception for her because she virtually has exactly the same skills, bar one, which is a 50% damage mitigation for one turn to all party members, which is ridiculously laughable. I'm sorry, but that is no party support to me, which is another point deducted. And the vision card, like I mentioned in my ratings explanation, if it's below 110 attack, magic, defense or spirit, you get a point deducted. And this being a 25 LB card as well, it's just no good at all. So other than the 30% dark field, enemy side only, Rinoa is just not worth it. So other than that one trial where we're gonna need her or want her, but I'm fairly certain there will be a better global exclusive unit anyway, thanks to the Clash of Wills team. So all in all, she's an easy skip. Don't sweat it if you don't have her. Excuse me, or sorry again for all these errors. Things happen. And that's it for today. Now I do want to mention I may opt for no review at all of Laguna and Kairos and Ward. I'd like to kinda recover, have my voice not suffer through all day. These days I'm talking a lot at work, having a lot of presentations, and I feel like I'm losing my voice the more I talk, so I'd like to keep it down a bit on the weekend. So bear with me if I skip these two units. None of them are good anyway. Both units are trash. You don't want them. That's the spoiler I can already give you. So this might be my first week where I have not a single video on FFBE. Please bear with me. I hope you guys understand. So yeah, but we'll be back for Dark Visions next week. So meaning, what's it gonna be then? May 12th. That's where I'll be back for sure. Until then, have a wonderful rest of the Tuesday evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you're from, and see you then. Bye bye.